Breakfast.
Talking politics with Phil Goff.
Yes, let's talk politics with the man Phil Goff himself. Good morning, Phil.
G'day, Wammo.
G'day. The Parliament is on leave at the moment, so where does that leave you at the moment in the country? What are you doing?
No, it's back this week.
Back this week.
So
okay.
After a 2-week recess, we're back in business again. And what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, of course, is getting right around the country. I think we covered almost every major city, provincial town, and a whole lot of small towns beside both on our GST, no to the GST increase bus. And last week actually went up north on the motorbike and did Kaitaia, Kaikohe, Wellsford, Warkworth, and Whangarei. So that was great. Bit of fun out on the bike and doing the meetings as well.
But if you'd stuck around up there, you would have you've seen that chap Sean Quincy make it across the ditch. Yeah,
didn't he do well? I mean, I got to say, I admire somebody with the guts to just slog away for 56 days, was it, that he was out there rowing away? Not my idea of a break, but it shows what determination and a bit of courage can do.
Yeah, and he was going in the opposite direction to what many New Zealanders have been doing over the past few years, and that's heading the other way. But I tell you what, it just got me thinking about this obsession that we have with Australia. You know, the latest news over the weekend, I think the Herald was trying to create, is that maybe we want to merge with Australia at some point. And there's also this obsession with the government to catch up with Australia. And it's interesting also, though, another story this morning that kind of relates to this a little bit about wealth and about too much wealth can make us worse off, according to some studies that have been done.
Yeah, well, a couple of things there. One, they're polling over the weekend that suggested maybe 1 in 4 New Zealanders thought we should become the 7th state. I'm actually with the other 3 out of 4 that says no way. I mean, there is no advantage to New Zealand giving up its national identity, simply becoming submerged into Australia, one voice out of 7 states, and having decisions affecting New Zealand being made in Canberra. I don't know why anybody thinks that that's a good idea. What is a good idea is that we make the most of the Australian market. That's why we've got closer economic relations, the best free trade agreement of the world according to the WTO. That's why we're moving to a single economic market. We can get the best of both worlds, but do we want to have the Aussies speak on behalf of New Zealand and have New Zealand no longer, a visible entity in the world? No advantage in that. Crazy move to make. I think people who say that it might be a good idea somehow imagine that the wealth in Australia would automatically flow across the Tasman if we became part of it. That's not the way it works. Each state has a different economic position depending on how they are managed. We want to be wealthier, but not at the expense of our national identity.
But do we want to be wealthier?
Why we want to be wealthier. I take your second point there. I worry about a New Zealand in which, one part of our community is so wealthy that they've got to, show off their wealth, buy the Bentley or spend money. I went down to the Coromandel on Saturday, and some of the beach houses there, they're $1 to $2 million, and I think, well, is this really the New Zealand that we want? Yeah, we want people to do well, but we want all New Zealanders to do well. And that means, if you want to have a sense of community, you don't have a third of Maori and Pacifica kids out of work, while another, 3 or 4% of the population becomes fabulously wealthy. We've got to invest our money wisely.
At the end of the day, we all want to be happy, don't we? Really, I mean, happiness is probably your end goal in life, I'd imagine. I mean, you on your deathbed, you can be surrounded by all sorts of jewels and money and whatnot, but if you're not happy, right? No. I mean, I know this. It all sounds very cliche, but I just wonder how much happier, if at all, the Australians are.
Yeah, well, I don't think happiness is simply about wealth. Yeah, you've got to have enough money to live on and live comfortably. Yes, you've got to have the medical services, the support in retirement, all of the things that are critically important to your life. But you look at the people, I'm thinking of some of the rock stars in the past, fabulously wealthy, ended up drug abusers, dying prematurely. There's very clear evidence that wealth and fame isn't what life is about. It is, as you say, about satisfaction, about enjoyment of life, about getting on with your family, about living in a good community, about being proud of what your country does, about a pristine environment. all of those things, if you just measure accomplishment in life through your wealth, then you're going to end up disappointed in life.
Well, on that note, I think it's a good one to leave on. Thanks very much, Phil.
Okay, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Catch you later, mate.
That is Phil Goff, leader of the Labour Party.
Kiwi FM.